My name's Sam Reiter, and I'm a wireless application engineer with Roda & Schwartz. Today, we're going to be demonstrating a simple voice over new radio, or VONR, loopback test using the CMX500 and a commercial 5G phone, which supports 5G standalone operation. Voice over new radio is the next generation of IMS-based voice communication. Today, we'll be using the phone inside of this radiated setup. This is the Z10 Shield box to demonstrate this. Looking into CM Squares, which is the CMX's web-based user interface, we'll find that we're fresh after a reset, so there's going to be no pre-configuration besides some attenuation values that I've dialed in for our Shield box. To get started, what we want to do here is go ahead and set up a 5G standalone connection to this device. I'm going to do so by adding a PLMN. Then we're going to go ahead and add a 5G tracking area. And to this 5G tracking area, I'll go ahead and drag in a single new radio 5G cell. Again, noting that this is standalone mode, which does not require an LTE anchor to be involved. So to kick this off, we're going to go ahead and edit the 5G cell that we've just added. We can pop over to the network configuration on the right-hand side of our menu. And first we're going to take a look at the general tabs. These are going to be the highest level settings for the mobile network that we've just set up. Based on the SIM card that we're using, which in this case is the Roda & Schwartz Z01 test SIM, we're going to keep our MCC and MNC set to 001 and 01 respectively. In this 5G tracking area, one modification that we will make is we're going to edit the voice handling to ensure that we are testing voice over NR. We also have the capability to read the UE capabilities and perform a voice test based on those, or exercise EPS fallback redirection. That's going to be outside of the scope of this demonstration, so let's go ahead and select voice over new radio. And then we can move over to our NR cell specifically. In this, in general, we will be okay to keep actually the default settings. This commercial device supports FR1 TDD on band 78. So we can go ahead and leave that setting here. Scrolling down, I'll give you an idea of some of the additional settings that we're using. I'm not going to reconfigure any of them. Perfect. So we'll go ahead, I'll close this now. The next thing that we want to do is go through and make sure that we have edited and updated the services that we have available. Specifically, we're going to be using the IMS server that is built into the CMX. It's important to note that the IMS, or IP Multimedia Subsystem, is a server that is actually baked into the CMX device that we have here. So there's no external hardware or external computer that you would need to host this. So within the IMS configuration, we'll notice that it's turned on by default. We'll look at our call settings and note right now that all of these buttons are grayed out. We would expect that once we connect to our device and establish a call, we'll have some options here with these buttons. So we can set our authentication scheme. There are multiple different schemes supported, but we're going to be using AKA, or Authentication Key Agreement version 2, leaving the automatic settings as default. And one important point that we want to make sure that we do here is we set our media endpoint to an internal loopback test. I'll note right now an internal loopback is the simplest version of a voice over new radio test that we can do. If we wanted to tie in any analog audio quality analysis, we could do that using an external data application unit connected to a USB sound card, or simply forward the voice over new radio packets to an external sound card that would then do the analysis. We'll continue to scroll down here. There's a video codec supported if video calls are placed, and we'll find that in this case we're going to use the wideband AMR audio codec. However, narrowband is supported as well. So with our IMS configuration completed here, I'm going to go ahead and close the services. And now we're going to go live, committing our settings and starting our new radio cell. Now that our settings have been committed in CM Squares, we can see that we have our 5G cell live on band N78 and frequency range 1. I'll go ahead and turn this cell on here. And as you can see on the right side of my screen, we have a screen sharing, screen mirroring software with the phone that's here to my left. I'm going to go ahead and take this phone out of airplane mode. And we'll see with the magenta corner on our 5G cell that we have established a successful connection. Looking further at details here, we can see that our phone is registered. The IMS state is also registered. And we have an active 5G standalone connection to the phone. So in the first case, what I want to do is point your attention back to the IMS Services tab. And up towards the top, we will see that now we have options to place a call, or place a phone call, place a video call, and then a grayed out option to hang up a call. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to enter into a mobile terminated call, which means that I'm going to place the call from the CMX and that call will terminate at the phone, hopefully showing it ringing. And just like that, we see that we have a call on our phone. I'm going to answer this call. Go into speaker mode. Test, test. You can hear a little bit of feedback there from the phone on speaker. Get rid of that. I can also transfer this call over to video. Again, moving it off speaker, we can see, voila, I have a video call established. And this is just a simple loopback using no external hardware besides the phone and our CMX acting as a base station. So I will go ahead and from the phone, actually, from the CMX, I'll end the call. And we'll see that the phone has responded, ending the call. The next thing I want to do is make a mobile originated call, which is just the other direction. Call on the phone number, we'll just do an easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter what our end number is. Ringing, and the phone call has been accepted, and we'll see that now that we're engaged in this call with the 5G cell, we have the option to hang it up as well. Speaker will provide the same loop back. Hello, hello. There we go. And we can hang up the call. This hasn't touched any of the audio quality measurements, which again would require an external analog audio analyzer. This is set for another demo sometime in the future. If you have any questions about this demo or you'd like to see this demo live in person, contact your local Rohde & Schwartz representative.